All right, so welcome to the podcast, the UEL podcast, best video game podcast in the world.
Yes, sir.
Today you got myself, Ryan, aka G-Licious. We also got Billy over here.
Billy the Goat.
Yeah.
And we got
Buus.
Got
Hey,
of the Bandits, Anthony. Go by 300.
Right. You got your boy PassDaHerb, owner of the Ravens.
And of course, you got me, Josh, aka BillyDaGOAT, aka DMV. I'm the owner and coach of Team BillyDaGOAT.
Right.
let's go.
Yeah.
So we got all of us here today. Super excited about this. We're going to talk about a super exciting event that we just had. It was the draft. The first official draft.
That one right there.
Yes, exactly. We got a lot of players. There was a lot of moves made. We do have one coach that couldn't be here with us today, and that's going to be the coach of Karma, and her name is Paige. But we can kind of go over a little bit of what happened there. They made a real boss move right in the beginning. They had strategized this for a while. I think it took us all by surprise what they did. Am I the only one that was taken by surprise?
I was so surprised.
It was my idea.
So smart.
When I saw it on like Instagram and whatnot in the Discord, I just like was. I was more confused than upset because I had like the last round, so I was like, I'm just watching all this like I have a little box of popcorn. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah. So what happened? So why everybody's acting like this is basically Karma decided to give up all their 5th picks. So they were 5th round in each round of the draft, and they decided to give all of them up, all 5, and they gave them to the Bandits.
Yeah.
So how did that work out? So go ahead and address that.
They originally tried to play me. That's what happened. I wasn't letting it happen. So I think the original agreement, I remember I got a text message from AJ, which I was actually going to reach out to them here soon because I needed more picks than anybody. And I knew my picks, me and Herb talked about it a lot. Like I knew my picks weren't going to affect any of you guys. So I was literally on my own level on drafting. So AJ reached out. He said, hey, man, we're willing to give up our 5th round pick. For your 1st round pick, we can swap and we'll give you our 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. I was like, no. I was like instantly in my head. I laughed. I was like, hey man, it's a good try. But I waited it out. I played the waiting game on them. I was like, man, let me think about it. Like, give me 24 hours. I ended up talking to Titus. I was giggling to myself. I sent him the screenshot. He was like, that is a horrible trade for you. I was like, yeah, the only way I'm really going to take this if they give me all their picks. And that would be the only way that I can see this like working. Because again, like I said, I knew my 1st round pick, none of you guys were going to pick first. Ryan try to play some like Luke Skywalker stuff. But I knew he was bluffing too, So I couldn't reveal it all. But I knew nobody was going to pick Ready Player One first.
Yeah, Ready Player One was your first pick.
That was my first pick. And I felt like that was the best fighter that I can get in the 1st round. And I knew even my 2nd pick, like you guys weren't even going to go for either because most of you guys are already solid on fighting. So I needed to secure a fighting class first before I secured something else.
So you felt like you could get the top dog fighters because we were going to leave them till later.
Well, yeah, I know I was going to get all the top fighters regardless because all you guys needed shooters. And I already had shooters hiding in the draft. Obviously, you can tell from my picks. So I already had shooters pretty much hiding within there, and I didn't want to overplay it or anything like that. So they just kind of just put the games they played, what I mean? But I know that they're good at I know they're good at shooters.
Okay.
Nice. So.
All right. And you definitely, and so I know your preparation that you called like damn near every person in the draft.
I knew everybody. I knew everybody that was in there. I had my whole little cheat sheet there. I contacted all the people that I knew I was going to be able to get because I didn't want to, I know Exo Polo, I knew he was going to get snatched up really quick. Snappy, I knew he was gone. I know he was really gone.
I wasn't even worried about draft picks. I was like, I hope one person just falls through.
Yeah, I knew Big Red. I think I had contacted Big Red, but I knew Big Red was going to be going pretty fast too before I can get him. Because like I said, my first at least 2 picks were going to be fighters, and then my third was going to be a fighter and a shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it worked out for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah. That shit worked out good.
Yeah.
And so I guess we should explain real quick what like Baba Yaga's position was and all this, so that people kind of understand. Like you basically got what
the bucket.
Yeah, you got you didn't get to pick until yeah, okay, 6th round.
Yeah.
And then so that kind of worked out where basically you would get what was it 5 picks all together in the 6th round. They're a new team to the league. I think they're like semi-official right now, and that's why they kind of got that so they could build a team.
Yeah. What to more explain about that is if you didn't watch last season, I was offered this position from Titus to coach my own team and see how we did. We faced your team, and that's when we made our statement to the league. We did lose 8-6, but I take that with a happy smile because we had a week of practice. We had 1 practice, and we only been together for a week and a half, and we pulled off 6 maps against a really good team.
Yep.
So no matter how you can write that off, I looked at it as like great progress because no one expected us to even get 1 or 2 wins. They're like, they're gonna get 7-0. It's gonna take like an hour. So. And once we went up like 3-1, everybody's like, oh shit. So
I was in the dream chat. I was like, show the Baba Yaga game. Show the Baba Yaga.
So like I was saying, we were up 3-1, and that's when everybody like kind of took our team on notice and realized that we have a potential. And from there, is how we gained our 6th round picks. And again, I'm really grateful for the fact that every other team besides my team has someone that's invested money into the team, has bought a spot for the team.
Yeah.
So I am literally like grinding from the ground up for my team to get like to become an official team.
Yeah.
And to even have the opportunity is like crazy just for like seeing where this place has gone from being like one of the OGs that came here to now like being a real part of this league. It's like a tremendous honor.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And then so you work something out. Go ahead, Herb.
I was gonna say, I mean, you guys earned it. You guys were competitive that day.
Their communication and stuff, like and the shooters. Did you get to witness it at all?
Yeah, I came in early. That was the first day I ever like been here. So.
Their communication was crazy. Like, and they had only played 1 time together. Like that was insane. But so during the draft though, you did something with Billy.
Yeah, so me and Billy made a trade for me to get an official pick in the first 5 rounds.
Okay.
I traded 2 of my picks for one of his 5th round picks.
Okay.
We made that happen. So I picked Astro J with that pick.
Okay.
And the reason for that was just to have more of someone that like I'm not saying I can rely on for fighters. That's someone that just knows how to play fighters, but is also good at strategies.
Okay.
And just to help evolve my team more because this season is more gonna be PC shooter and strategy heavy, I feel. I feel like if you can at least know how to play a fighting game, then you should have a good chance because the chance of it landing on a fighter isn't as high anymore because of like how different of ratio games we have now. So the whole the dynamic of this season is going to be based, I think, upon these new strategy games.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I think it worked out well for the Buus also because at that point it was players that I didn't feel like would start but had potential to kind of build up. We got Excitable, which was previously known as
Nava. The guy from
Japan. So he won in season 2. So I knew. Actually played against him in UFC that season, so I knew that he played some stuff then. And then we also picked up Jinzo, who's one of the few Pokemon players. So he plays Pokemon and he plays Smash. He comes regularly, so I'm not sure if they'll start, but you know, it was something that maybe they could.
Right. And that's the thing that you said that because that's something I reiterated with my team is that just because you played on the team last season or I drafted you this season doesn't guarantee your spot.
Yep.
Right.
Your participation, your dedication to this team is going to determine that. Your attitude is going to determine that. And I feel like the players that put in that most effort, whether like they're the best players or not, but those that like actually make the team better are going to be the ones that I'm going to like play and start and put in the game.
Yeah, the people you're going to start. And that's good because like people
They take it for granted.
They take it for granted, yeah. And they get complacent, man. They're like, I've been good for this long. I'm on top. Like no one's ever gonna catch up to me.
Yeah.
That's
Or
not
like,
true.
or they'll be like, oh well, like if I don't want to play for this team, then like I'll just like drop and go to another team. Like no, you're gonna have to wait until like next season, bro.
Yeah.
And that's good.
And even then, you're not even guaranteed to be picked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Because we don't know like these new players that are coming in, the players that didn't get picked up, how much better every person is gonna get.
Yeah.
Right.
So
The skill, like the standard is constantly raising.
skill gap.
Yeah.
So for the Bandits and myself, we got 7 players right now. Like, well, I got I think 13 altogether, or
13?
something like
I
that.
think we both got 13.
Yeah, so we have like a rack of players. What I don't think people really understand about that is a lot of these new players coming in are going to get a lot better, and that sets us up for really good trades in the future. Like we have the most bargaining chips as far as like coaches and the GM, you know, outside of the other teams. And, did we touch on? So you said that like the bad deal. And that then you came up with basically all their picks for the first pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason, and I'm going to talk because I know Paige isn't here right now, I want to say what they did that for. Yeah. So there was an elite player joining the league at the time. His name was Snappy. Everybody knew about him. I think they thought nobody knew about him, but then maybe they figured out people did know about him because they gave up everything they could for that one pick. And then so what they did is they got the first pick from you, the very first pick of the whole draft, but they gave up all their picks. I mean, I know
every single one of them.
Every single one of them. And so when they did that, I think, I mean, it was a dope decision because they got probably one of the like top 3 players who I would assume will be one of the top 3 players in the league potentially, right?
Now, that's
definitely
top shooters 5. Or like all around players.
All around.
Yeah, see, that's why like when I heard about their trade, that's why I was like confused because I was like, say, bro, if you would have like kept that like pick and picked him, like you could have built a monster team around him. And then on top of that, that would have stopped them from becoming like the monsters of the league.
So to be honest, man, like everybody says Karma. I mean, I came in here day one and we almost beat Karma, to be honest. I mean, and with a team that didn't know what they were doing. And to be honest, we could have, like, you know, no disrespect to Karma, we could have beat them if we would have strategized. I think they're a good team. I think everybody, you know, this is just like a new person coming in. Like, I know you guys have like seen a lot of talent and stuff like that, and like I said, there's no disrespect to past players or anything like that. I still don't think like anybody here is like extremely elite,
like a world class.
I think everybody here is beatable.
I agree.
Everybody.
Because I mean, when we were there, I was like, no, bro. I was like, you should have went in for this game. I'm like, you could have just easily took that one. Because how big was like the gap or like the score?
We only lost by like 2 or 3. But again, we could have gave up Splitgate, and then that could have bought us time.
A lot more time.
We were coming up on fighter games. If we came up on fighter games, like we would just dubbed Rainbow Six, we would have dubbed Splitgate, took those losses. Now we got another chance.
That's the only thing is like I think about that thing because it comes back to our match. Because had we won Gears of War, we would have been down 1 going into Halo versus them. If we won Halo, then that will.
That Gears game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm a Gears player. There was no way you guys were wearing gear. That one guy was really good. And then you guys, like, you know, again, like I said, no disrespect, you guys weren't playing like the power weapons as much as you should have. And I had said something to him. I was like, I remember, like, I told him, I was like, hey man, look, you guys are like rushing in. Just hold your aim.
And I attest the reason for that was like because like I said, we only had 1 practice and we didn't get to touch Gears. And like
and that's gonna happen.
Exactly. But like for our team to do that, like to go in like and win the first match the way we did and literally almost pull it out because our strategy, but we had a good strategy. Like they were just literally like tunneling into us, and we were just holding that position.
Dude, I was screaming shit. I was
like, this is like. I was like, bro, this is like everybody stay right here, stay right here. Like, I hold this position, y'all good, but like,
man, they just fireballed us, bro.
Go through the first round picks.
Oh yeah.
So Karma got Snappy first.
They got Snappy first, and then after that,
the Buus.
You went.
Yep. So I got Big Red.
Yeah, that was really good.
The third pick was me, and I picked up somebody that I've known for a long time, but he's amazing at shooters, and he's like, so Slay like Tachi.
You cheated. He cheated. Yeah. The second he came in and we started talking, I was like, oh, this is the guy.
As soon as he came in, he put on his McGregor glasses. He's like, yes, we get the deal done.
Yeah, man. I had to. There's a lot of reasons for that, but like, not only being an elite shooter, but also being someone that is very good at training.
Yep.
And then that's something that I definitely needed on my team, is someone that's, you know, got the ability to train and understand people and train them well. Yep. And then having the skill to back that. So that was kind of my reason for that. That was and I'll just be transparent with it. Like, that was a pivotal selection or pick for my team.
Yeah.
And then obviously you went next. Cause you went Ravens.
So I got Exo Polo. So this guy is like a 10-year Halo veteran, competitive Halo player for 10 years. Plays a little bit of CCR too, and he's just like a monster. And when I say it's like almost the same thing with like him being able to teach other people. Yeah. That's what I needed on my team. Like, not just me because I'm good at it, but I can't be like everywhere at all times. Bro. I don't know Shadow Clone Jutsu. I can't be everywhere. Man.
I think you've learned that though through the season. Yeah, you've tried at certain points.
Bro,
like,
been trying that for the past 3 years.
Man, so it's just impossible, bro. So to have somebody else who's like just there, who can just do it. Like, if I'm just like too tired to just do it one day, I'm just knocked out from all the work. Yeah. They'll just like, all right, yeah. So who's in the Discord? Who's trying to play this game? Who's trying to play that game? You need that kind of person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why, like I say, man, it's like one person isn't like, you gotta like get like a small team for each category.
Right.
Like I don't think like one person can really make a big difference, man.
No, that's what our advantage is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I just like the way this is like Titus did a really good job at like eliminating like elite players at one game. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what we're all used to in competitive games. I mean, especially like fighters and stuff like that, go to competitions. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? You guys are used to like one person, you know, being dominant at that one game. Like here, you have to be dominant at multiple games.
Yeah. And like me, I could travel to all the tournaments by myself in the world. Like, it doesn't mean nothing if I can't bring the team up. So it's like I gotta find the small little things I can do to bring the team up. Not just me.
Yeah. It's way better. I will say, so like having all the new players on the team. So, and I want to hear y'all's experiences too. So like for my team, like actually, and I'll talk about this. So Tristan was already on my team beforehand, right? But his motivation from like moving from your team to my team is crazy, right? And so he's like active 24/7, like, you know, very helpful with everything. But then now I got all these new guys. They're all super active as well, and I think that's the guys that we had, you know, the originals we had, right? Yeah. Like, I think that remotivated them to like kind of come out of like the you know, we've done three seasons, right?
Yeah, just about.
Get them out of that.
Kind of got a little bit out of, shook them up a little bit, right?
You need that new blood.
Yeah, everybody's fire turned back on, and I was like, oh, I'm loving this. So I stepped up a little more, right? So like everybody's starting to step up, so the league is gonna keep going up, and I think that was like probably my favorite thing about the draft. And then your pick came up. So now your picks start. Yeah. Because you got their 5th pick in the first round. And now you begin to take all their picks and you get back-to-backs the rest of the time. Until I messed it up.
Messed it up. But
yeah, so who did you get?
I got player 1 and then I got Raven.
Okay.
Back-to-back. Those are the 2 people that I picked.
Nice.
And you know, I shook my head and I quit because we had talked about that. But I'm not gonna question. I'm not gonna question the second pick. But I was just like, okay, I see the change.
I talked to Titus. Titus was a big reason for Raven. Yeah. Because I sat down. I didn't want to talk because Titus thought I was never going to talk to him about my picks. But I wanted to, you know, again, you know, show him the respect. I didn't want to come with him to a big plan. Yeah. So I wanted to like make sure, like, hey, look, these are my solid picks. Like, I had all my picks laid out. This is where I want to go. He was like, no, for some people. He was like, no, for some people, and he was like, yes, for that person. Like, switch this, do that, do this. You can do this. Like, you got a good plan. Do this. So, and that's when I heard about Raven, and he was like, he's a pretty solid fighter.
Yeah.
He can definitely help you out. And he knows the game well because he commentates.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's what, like, I was so upset that you got double C from me.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're using them, like, how I would have used them. But, like, I felt like double C was, like, a real pivotal point for me because he was helping me before the draft. Like, he was telling me what players were good, what players weren't. Like, what, like, hey, like, I know you got a personality, so you might not want to stay with this person or whatever it is. And he's very active in the Discord.
Yeah.
So, like, even if double C doesn't play, he still brings a lot to a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and that's what I really wanted.
like that.
Yeah, and I needed more than any of you.
Yeah. That was the main reason for pulling him on the team.
Yeah,
and his gameplay is good. He actually covers.
He's a strategy player.
Exactly, he's a strategy player, and a big one for me that he plays is Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right. Like I do have some players that know how to play it, but not like he's probably one of the best people here in Pokemon.
Yeah,
He's on.
and that's what he's doing. Yeah.
So like having that as well as like the personality, like obviously everybody in Discord, and if you're not,
He's a meme lord. It makes him from scratch, bro.
But he was actually, so when I picked him up, at first he was resistant because you still had, I think, like one pick left, or maybe you didn't because of what happened. Where
No, I couldn't. There was no
I
way.
think you had-
I was trying to talk to her, but I was like, man,
well, just to break it down for people so they know. So what happened is I ended up picking up somebody that you wanted.
Yes.
I teased.
Yeah.
And then I guess what was the reason behind that? So you can
So Tease is actually my real life cousin.
Yeah.
And he was, and I should have. I kind of seen. I don't know who the guy was helping you on the picks, but when I picked Milk Zolo, that's when it gave up Tease. And I should have picked Milk Zolo and Tease at the same time and left Big Chungus, because Big Chungus was on the first page. And I didn't tell him to do that. He came in with, Herb. I was just trying to tell him, like, hey, look, he wants to play. He was like, what games you good at? And all he said was Madden. And then nobody else, like, checked up on him. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Just Madden. You know what I mean? But people don't know he's really good at COD. Like, he's amazing at shooters. Like, he's just as good as me, or if not better.
It's too bad they took it off the list.
Never like, because he was gonna put Madden and Call of Duty. That's what he was gonna put, but I was like, nah, COD's off. Like,
it's not on.
So he didn't even put it on.
so he didn't put it on there. So he looked at the list and then said what games he's good at.
Yeah.
So, but again, if you're good at one shooter, then it kind of transfers over a little bit,
Shooting
but not a
pretty
lot.
translatable.
The mechanics behind it.
Yeah. And then so with that, basically what happened is I picked up your cousin.
Yeah.
Now I didn't know that it was your cousin.
Yeah.
But I knew that you were interested.
Yeah.
And then, but I was picking him up because I was also interested.
Yeah.
And I was actually just looking for two sports players. So I was about to pick up two sports players back to back, and I was like, all right, him. And then I had one other one that I did pick up. But then you pulled me to the side, ended up giving me your two next picks.
Yes.
Which is what took you out of the ability to be able to pick up double C.
Yep.
You picked up ITs. And then I picked up both of those.
Yes.
So we just swapped picks. And so that's kind of what happened there.
Yeah.
And so I guess we can kind of go through the second round.
Well, I was thinking of like we set our picks, but was there any like mix up of like, because I know like me and you were talking a lot about like, because I had second pick, you had third pick, and you were like, oh no, which like, because it was either Big Red or say like Sashi, and you didn't know who I was gonna pick, and I think you were sweating that a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so did you think I was gonna pick Big Red, or did you think I was gonna pick?
I thought you were gonna pick Sachi and ruin my whole life. that would have really messed up my pick. And I also thought that you were gonna pick up Super Noob. That one messed me up though. I thought you were gonna pick him up. Yes, I thought you were gonna pick him up second, but then I couldn't pick him up second because Tevin was still available. And I was like, dang, like. And just like I actually convinced Super Noob to join the draft, and so then I felt real bad. He had to sit through 3 rounds and just be and he was staring me down the whole time. Contact the whole time. I was like, yo, the pain of being an owner, bro. I was like, dude, I just can't do it. Like, 'cause I've made emotional decisions in the games and stuff where it's like, somebody's crying about wanting to play, like literally. Then I'm like, yeah, go ahead, like, go get yours, right? Thinking that they'll be motivated. And then I realized, man, like, that's an emotional call, and then you lose, right? So I don't make the emotional decisions anymore. So I had to be like, man, that sucks, but next year to come, I knew somebody was gonna pick him up. I mean,
For sure.
Chris God level at shooter, or definitely
He's
But in general, I think he's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it was funny you said it because like he was talking to me about that. He's like, "You're really good at gears." I was like, "Bro, like I understand, like you're trying to let me know, but I don't go into the 6th round, bro." I'm literally just chilling right now.
He sat down and started sweating. Like he was all uppity.
He was
first
all
round.
over the
Yeah.
place. All over the place. He was all over.
But that was my biggest concern. But let's just open up. We don't go through like in order.
Yeah.
Did anybody else have any concerns? Did any of your picks get messed up?
So my plan was keep all of the players I wanted as low key as possible. This is my best case scenario. And then I have my worst case scenario. I was like, okay, I literally planned it out in my head. If all of these guys get taken away, these who I'm gonna pick next. If all of them get taken away, these who I'm gonna pick next. So I kind of just had like a best case, worst case thing going on the whole time.
Okay.
I mean, luckily you guys just did not take the people that I wanted. Number one, because of they didn't fit into your game plan, or you just had your eyes on somebody else and you went ahead of me.
Yeah.
So you were gonna get the guy that you really wanted since you went ahead of me anyway. So it was kind of like,
That's why I felt strong about having the second pick for each round.
Right.
I was
That's a
like,
good spot.
I
Yeah,
felt
that's a good spot,
like
bro.
you said, like you weren't gonna draft people that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was essentially getting, like, for me, I thought of it as like I'm getting my first round pick essentially every.
You really
right, yeah, you really did.
That's the most.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted Big Red. He's pretty good. Like, I know somebody's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember somebody introduced me to him, like, because I talked to him, and then, like, the date around, somebody was like, "Yeah, this is Big Red. I think you weren't talking." I was like, "Oh no, I'm not talking about it." Hey, bro, you're going. Like, you're going.
I gave him a call and everything. I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
I knew he was
Yeah.
going.
You know.
I'm hyped that he's on the team. We can get into the scrimmage after. We'll talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did Buus Ravens at a scrimmage, but we'll talk about it kind of after the draft. To kind of.
Okay, yeah, we'll get through the draft talk and then we'll go into y'all scrimmage for sure. So then I guess like for me, something that I noticed, I was like player one, I actually did have my eye on. Now I wasn't thinking first round pick, but definitely like I think I was thinking like third round pick,
I think he was a very high, like second or third.
maybe
round.
second or third. Yeah,
second
and that's what I
round
thought
for
as well.
sure, yeah.
Because I think he does play like outside of fighters, and then he's just really good at what he plays.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of translates, like in this league, when people start to play in this league, that translates quick. You start to know and pick. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my thought process is like I tell everybody, like if you're not, you have to be good at 2 categories. If you're good at 2 categories, you're eligible to play.
Yeah.
If you're 3, you're elite. If you're 4, you're a first rounder for sure.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So like, you know what I mean? So like the way I seen it, that, you know, player one, when I talked to him, he plays strategy games. He plays fighting games. He can play some shooters. So he hit 3, and then he said he can race. 4, I was like, all right, hands down, that's my first pick. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's just kind of the way I see it. Like, I think, like, I don't think anybody's really going to be good at 5. Like, if you're good at 5, then it's like,
Every single category.
yeah, bro. Like, if you're good at 5, like, then you're at a point where, like, you're at a really good, you know, elite player. You know what I mean? You're an elite player.
Yeah.
So I think even 4, you're an elite player, to be honest.
I agree.
But it's just, you know, when I talked to him, and it worked out. And then, like I said, you know, with my second pick with Raven, he was good at fighters. He could play some shooters, and he was good at Rocket League.
Yeah.
So that kind of, and he said he's willing to learn some strategies. So that kind of, like, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
definitely
he's a
do
good
that.
all-around player.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you like if you, like I said, I've been saying, man, if you get a good average, you know, an average person, like across everything, that's great. That's a great thing.
I definitely agree.
My thoughts on your picks was that I felt like you could build around those 2 players, like for what you needed. They're kind of like your center pieces essentially, and then you can build around them. And I think they're solid, like all arounders. So I think those were 2 really good picks for you.
Yeah. And like I said, I think they're my long-term players, because my other 3 picks, they're not like long-term players. They're probably gonna play this one season, and next season. Like, to be honest,
you guys watching this.
I mean, no, they know it. They know it. Like, you know, like they're not gonna be active in the chat, stuff like that. And I told everybody, like, you know, you guys are like, you know, the base of my team. So like player one and Raven and the mayor, Jericho, I actually got him like the last pick. He's pretty solid guy. and hopefully Mega Man, but he lives in Richmond, so hopefully, but he's been talking in the chat and stuff like that.
Right.
We only have 1 week, so
Yeah.
like that's going to be like the core of the team. Obviously EJ too. EJ, to be honest, I'm very open about like kids, but I think EJ is really good. He's a really good player in that PC games.
Yeah.
He's going to be like one of our top players, hopefully, when we play against Karma.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, those people are.
I saw the group. I saw the.
No, yeah, he's really solid, man. He's really solid on PCs, really, and Fortnite too. And
It's in that grinding.
yeah, and he plays. I mean, you can tell he plays.
14,
14,
13,
Hey,
14,
listen,
somewhere
we
around
know
there.
of like Cordy,
Yeah.
like these 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds, like
But that's what you want, yeah.
Yeah, and then they have that ability. One, they got the time,
Yeah.
like they've been practicing.
And they're
Two,
just like sponges, bro.
and they grew up in this stuff. Like they grew up on the
The only
computer.
difference now with Fortnite though is that they got that no build.
build stuff.
No, well,
But I think
It's just a mode.
it's not.
Yeah,
it's
You
just a
don't
mode.
have to play that way.
Yeah,
But it's like a casual mode, so it's like.
yeah. Now we'll have building, I think, in the actual.
Yeah.
You guys know that Big Red and Super Noob are 17.
yeah, because I know Big
I
Red's
didn't
in
know
high
that,
school and Super Noob's still in high school
Yeah,
too,
they're
right?
in high school. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
We got everything from college,
Yeah.
to like middle school,
Yeah.
like,
Old as hell.
yeah.
it's like most of this room, I think.
It is
Wait.
this room.
Yeah.
Over 30, over 30, over 30, over 30.
You the only one, man.
You are 30.
And like,
I'll be 28 on the 28th.
I think 32 look good.
I'll say that I was scared for my second though. I mean, even though we're talking about it, I just didn't know if I could leave. So Labamba, he's my brother,
Right.
real life brother, right? And so I just didn't know if I could. I wanted to wait until the third round to pick him because people didn't really know him too much, but I didn't want like an off chance that like maybe you would randomly pick him or something. And I was like, I think I can still get away with like a later pick with someone else. I think it would be fine. So I just picked him up in the second, but.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I would like the only reason I would try to take him into like screw you, like screw you.
I'm just scared of him trolling me. You're the only one that would do that, and I told Titus, I was like, I'm just scared of him trolling me. He was like, I really don't think he would do that. There's too many good players.
Opportunity though, like that's the thing that I was talking to people about. Is like I was gonna grab up. Like, if I had to, I was going to grab up somebody like, I knew your friend,
OGL?
OGL.
Yeah.
And I was going to snatch him up. So then I could trade him for something good.
Yeah.
Like, but I was just like, nah, like, he just doesn't have the value for me on my team. Now, you got somebody, I think Hippy Dippy was underrated.
Yeah.
And if you didn't grab him, I was going to get him.
Yeah, anybody who was actually a part of like the Germana squad who didn't even make like the final cut, like the guys who were like still kind of like left over. Caleb, that's who it is. How do you say it? Tevon? That's how
Tevin.
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 Tevin. Think of it as UAN.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty underrated. Pretty underrated.
Yeah, nobody was even talking about it, and I was like, "Yo, are you really available?" Oh yes, swipe.
Yeah. I knew.
Yeah. People told me, again, like Hippy Dippy. The only reason why I didn't get him is because I had mixed emotions. Like I had people come up to me and tell me yay, and some people come up to me and say no. So I was like, and I didn't really get to talk to him. I think I talked to him a little bit, but I was just like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
The skill is there, but we definitely got to work on his EQ, his emotional intelligence. I think that goes a long way versus like even remember how we had the disagreement. I was like Jazz or Raven. I was like I would go with Jazz personally.
Yeah.
But then when you talked to like Titus about it, he said go with Raven, and like I will admit that I was wrong. I feel like even if somebody is like better, like skill wise, you still have to have like that will to win, that drive because.
Raven's got that.
Yeah, Raven.
The win.
Oh my God, being on the team with only 4 people and then still beating, still getting third place, like that takes a lot out of you, man. That takes a lot.
Raven wants to fucking.
So
You get upset when people aren't at practice and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
one, bro. Hold on.
right. So I do think Jazz might be better skill-wise. Raven probably wants it more.
Yeah.
Just even if it's a little bit more, it's more enough than
Yeah.
to be the proper pick.
Well, that and the fact that like he just got drafted, so he's gonna have that hunger.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to prove like I was worthy of this pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, we're both on the same page. Like, I think, again,
Yeah.
you guys, I think we're in a good spot to either get one or two. To be honest,
Word.
Yeah.
that's what I feel.
I like that.
And Raven
I like
feels
that.
the same way. You know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what if we're not all shooting for one or two, because like
Who wants to-
40,000.
What do you do?
You want that 40K?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everybody wants to get put in for that 40K tournament that's coming up, and I have no idea what's going on with it, but I just know you gotta hit one or two.
Yep.
So, if I get one or two, I'll be happy. If I get one, I'm like, phew, how do you do that? But yeah, if we get one or two, then we get
that's exactly like I'm excited. I'm honestly excited for the season because even though the game was the game choices were completely switched up, a lot of people don't know about my team. They don't know what my players play.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the fact that I do, we're in such.
You definitely have that
you
question
keep it
mark.
on.
Like,
Honestly, we're in such a great position because my team actually covers a lot of the games. Like, and they've been playing 5 years on their own. They've been doing the practices. We've been doing online, and like.
Tell us more, S3 man. Tell us more. Tell us more. We want to know.
1 through 19. But no, the reason for my picks though, because like I said before, I was just chilling. I didn't have a pick until like I made a trade with Billy.
you got to relax while we were all
So like it was just good to see everybody sweating, just like nervous. I'm just like, this
This is entertaining.
this steak on rice with yum yum sauce is so good right now.
Yep.
But picking up Astro J, I just felt like he would bring in to like the strategy for the team, like whether or not he can be like one of our top fighters or not. I'm not worried about. I'm worried about players that will elevate themselves, get themselves better. I'm worried about players that will actually give 100% to this team. Whether they want to be here or not. Like if you don't want to be here, then that's fine. There's the door.
There's the door. There's the bench. There's
See you next season, maybe. But to the players that like are gonna bite that bullet and put in the work for this team, I can guarantee you by the end of the season they might more likely will have a change of heart and like see like what this team is capable of. Because like we already shocked y'all once, and if shame on you. If you want to keep sleeping, then like
man, at the end, man. I'm telling you,
I just made the best of what I could get. You know, honestly, to be honest with you, I wish I would have did I would have picked up Josh when I would have picked him up instead of Astro J first. That's the only thing that like I kind of regret. It's because it was literally between Astro J and him.
I see that.
And Brick, I was picking up Brick regardless because I knew no one else was going to pick up Brick because with his skill set, no one else needed. He covers Rocket League, and I don't have a Rocket League player. So not only like is picking him up going to be really, really great for my team because he's got the motivation, he's got the hunger. He didn't even expect to get picked up. And now, like that he's been active. He's like, hey, this is what I'm going to be available. If I can't be available, like I'll let you know. And just to have that communication with a new player, like I can already see how it's going to like affect the rest of the team once he gets here.
I mean, I told all the players the same thing was that we got these new players coming in and they're gonna take your spot if you're not.
Have any of y'all picked your starting team yet? Or are you kind of holding up? Because you know.
I gave my team.
And you're letting them know?
Yeah, because you only can have 12 people, so I have 13.
Yeah, you have to drop one.
Today's drop day.
Dang, I didn't know about that.
We only have 12.
Yeah, you can only have 12. And then today's technically the day we have to put in for our assistant.
You want to talk some
So you drop.
I'm dropping. I mean, it's probably. I think it's. I talked to EJ's mom yesterday. I think it's his cousin. It's just the only one that I haven't like.
I know you're talking about the little one.
Leon.
But he's good. I mean, but again,
no. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna cut you off. That's us, Cap.
Oh, no, I don't want to like say. No, I'm telling you, he's pretty good. No, he's pretty good at Fortnite.
Yes.
Fortnite, yes, but I feel like when it like, and I've seen this and I've played it against him personally. And this is just like from personal like matches I've had against him.
Yeah.
He thinks he's like, and this is the same with me. You know, like he thought he was better than he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happens, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gave him 3 reality checks.
You can't play the cousin all day and expect to be the GOAT.
You know what I'm saying? And like I've got my reality checks with it. You know, it is what it is. But like that's the only thing. And I just felt like being a kid, he doesn't have that restraint yet.
Yeah.
Get that restraint.
Well, that brings me into
know-how.
and that brings me into something like what you were talking about with like the emotional, like
The emotional intelligence is part of it.
that
Video games. That's
They get wrapped up. They get wrapped up.
yeah, because like you have a pretty emotional team.
Yeah.
Like you're.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think he probably has the most emotional team in the league right now.
Yeah.
Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but
It's a
it
young
goes up
buzz.
too.
I think we're the least.
I would say I'm happy to see your new team. I didn't see your new team now.
I think we're the least.
And now with my team, honestly, I think at this point, we're in the running for the least now.
Yeah.
Because I think you might have picked up one of my more emotional players.
But at the same time, we don't know yet because
We don't know yet.
You could think that right now, but as soon as like we actually get to that gaming and we get like into those mode, and are they gonna like be able to hold that main composure?
Under pressure.
Or are they gonna switch back to what they know?
And what I'm trying to teach them now is like it's okay to have emotions, but you have to process the emotions. Like
have
it's all
multiple games.
yes, it's not just one.
You can't be upset and then we're going into the next game and you're still not clear-headed.
Right.
Do what I did. Do what I did. You know what I'm saying? Evolve, bro.
Yeah, you know, it's okay.
It's super important, like when picking the team. So like, and I don't know, you might have been aware of this because you got to experience it before you picked.
Yeah.
But I know that the teams that have been involved in a couple seasons, we recognized that it was like, yo, you actually have to make sure that one, the people on your team can get along.
Yeah.
Two, that you don't have a bunch of hotheads or like a bunch of emotional like people that get sad. Like I have a team that gets sad. You know what I mean? But it's like if they have other people on your team that are more positive people that bring them up. It's okay to have somebody that gets a little bit more sad or like upset about losing.
Them
Right?
reserve players, man. They gotta make it different.
I'm trying to tell you that stuff matters because it's like, yo, and it's like not, I don't like really using the reference as cheerleaders, but like being like a positive support system for your team,
For your
right?
team.
Which cheerleaders are, like, I don't want to like degrade that, but at the same time, like that is something that these teams need, and I don't think people realize how important it is because you can pull somebody off to the side and you have 6 minutes to say, yo, like let's like zen out real quick because I need you to be at your peak performance.
Yes.
You're over here thinking about the last game. That's over. We already took that L or whatever it is. Like, or you didn't get the kills you wanted. Like some people be winning and still not happy with their performance,
Right.
which I love that enthusiasm, but it's like, yo, we gotta let it go.
Yeah, it's a team. And like you over here talking about your KD, but it's like, did the team win? Were you a part of that process? Okay, it's a dub.
So like most of it, I would say like for anybody like take that minute, you know what I'm saying, process that. All right, boo. Move on.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
Let's go.
'Cause
I don't know. I'm not a therapist, so. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, with me and you, right? With me, it doesn't work for everybody, right?
It's like, hey, like you, even if you're like a teenager, it's like, hey, like you ain't sitting at home right now. You know how to act out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people want to win, and like that's where that emotion's up here.
Yeah.
So like some people don't know how to shift it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people are gonna be upset, but hey, man.
But it makes it fun.
It makes it fun. Yeah, it makes
Yo,
it fun.
Sometimes like I'll like sometimes certain players be yelling stuff out that makes me laugh.
I think you had like one guy on your team, and one guy like he kept like slamming controllers. It was like a tall, skinnier guy.
His team now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, man, what's up with this guy? I was like, I agree. He seemed like a pretty good player, but he was just not really.
And he actually is very emotionally responsible a vast majority of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
Like after the game, he was cool. I was like,
no, it was crazy. We won. It was against Baba Yaga, and we lost in Halo for the last game, but we won the overall thing.
Yeah.
But it's just because of how we performed, and that's where that like commitment to winning is a great thing. But sometimes you get lost in it, and the next thing you know, you're like pissed off. Like I be yelling at home. You know, people yell at home certain things.
Yeah.
I look over and my son looks standing there, and I'm like, oh. Dang, was I doing like, you think you're by yourself and you just got headphones on, you be acting a fool. And I think,
I hacked off.
And you in
what I'm saying?
Well, y'all see my streams, y'all know.
So that's
you influence your team. You
Yeah.
influence your team as well. So when you're playing on a team like that, you can't be like having that negativity, even though it's the last one, that can carry over into your next match that you have to play.
Oh yeah, and it does. Or it ruins the end of it. Like it like everybody's kind of like awkward now.
Yeah, it's like
you know, how do you celebrate?
Yeah. Because you just called me dog shit the last game.
Team members, like it's a maturity thing. Like, team members attacking other team members. It's like, whoa! Like now we got internal fighting.
Yeah.
Now we gotta have a family meeting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, which definitely happens.
No,
Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's happens all the time.
Bandits have been
happened
through
a
that a
little bit
lot.
in the scrimmage.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
touch on. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get. So, what'd you just say though? Because I missed it.
It happened in the scrimmage.
Oh, good. So I want to definitely get into that then. So let's get through this draft stuff. Because I know.
We need to burn through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess, was there any surprise picks to anybody? Was anybody surprised?
Noob was still there in the third round.
Yeah.
Let's go. I picked him up.
I was surprised you picked up Q. I was surprised about that.
Q-tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna get him too. So you swiped him.
Yeah,
He's pretty nice, but I was surprised that it was Boo pick.
So
cool
my
dude, too.
idea on it was that I didn't know what Super Noob how he would do in terms of PC shooters because he plays console so much.
Right.
And Q-Tip plays PC shooters. So I was like, well, I would want to play Super Noob because he's really good at Gears, but if he can't handle the PCs, then I can't play him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so I was like, well, Q-Tip at least can play PC stuff. So that was kind of like both of them were like kind of either one or the other on who would who I thought would possibly be a starter.
Yeah.
And but Super Noob's been doing really well at even the PC shooters. So
yeah, and that's what you kind of want.
I was surprised, but happily surprised.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, it was the best case scenario. So
I thought the PC shooter is gonna be like really hard, but I've been like really grinding out the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm still like on the fence if I'm gonna play or not. Like I don't know if I'm gonna play, if I'm not gonna play. I don't want to play, but I think I might have to.
I think for your team, well, that's on you, man.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be beneficial for you.
I think personally,
I'll say
I'm gonna tell you this: once that wheel starts going, and you start seeing everybody going, you can
Move
move
over.
That's my
I'm the only one here right now that doesn't play. Play. It's worth fun, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And especially if you can lean on your skills and like. Now I will say it becomes harder to be the coach though. Like they can attest to that.
Yes.
It's way harder to keep your head in the game and also be strategized.
Right. You gotta be in the game and out of the game
your
at the same time.
emotional has to be even higher.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like my team is good enough to handle it without me, but it's just like
You never know. You never know.
I told myself if we lose once, because if we lose once, I'm in. But I told myself I'm gonna give myself one game, and then I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, so, but yeah, it just. I don't know, man.
You're still not sure yet?
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
Can we just also talk about the fact that it's double elim again? That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
I love that change, man, because I played Karma second round. I'm like, my second game, I'm like, man.
Keep that same energy, first or second.
Yeah, first or second, bro.
Well, yeah, like I said, I think we could beat him. I'm on a.
I haven't even seen this coach, so I don't even know who I'm playing.
I think he put it out, but I think there was like some confusion with you two.
Yeah, we swapped times.
Yeah, I think.
So I don't know. Yeah, do we know?
I don't know if
He's in the morning. He's Saturday morning, and then.
I almost feel like we play you again.
I haven't even seen it. So.
Yeah, you guys play at 8 a.m.
I got it on my Discord.
It's the earlier time.
I don't even know.
We'll figure it out.
I know how my team has it.
You know what? You know?
What?
When we had the little vote, we had the vote about who got best draft picks.
Oh yeah, who y'all? You know what?
First off, I want to say that it was rigged because, like, how you gonna even put me in there when I had literally the 6th round? I always do half, bro. Like
You still had some really good players in the 6th round.
I did. No, I'm not saying
You
anything
did.
bad about the players, but like, bro, you set me up for failure, bro.
Yo, next season,
Y'all did me
though?
dirty
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Y'all set up the ghost setup just to like for views, and then you get the views because we were on the stream.
I've been on the street.
And then y'all do me like this, like no.
Oh, so somebody that surprised me with you. I don't think anybody was going after an OGL player. Yeah, I think you could. Now maybe 3rd pick.
So let me tell you guys about him.
Go ahead.
So he was
Maybe somebody I don't know.
he was one of my friends who I actually met through like my stream chat, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know you had your own spot. Like we could play Tekken. Like let's go, let's like play and everything like that." He's pretty good. He's pretty good at the game, but I'd only known him through that, right? And then it turned out he went to ODU, so he would come sporadically. But what he would tell me was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good at Tekken," but like all my whole life I had been playing like a bunch of other games. Like I just got into Tekken like last year. I was like, "Oh, you're pretty good for a year." He's like, "Yeah, but I've been playing a lot of like Val and like CS:GO." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you should join the league." Like, yeah, I've been telling him that for like a straight year. Like, yeah, you should just join. He's like, "Oh, I go to school, I don't have the time." But like the very last Tekken tournament we had, I was like, "Yeah, bro, my team's about to do the draft thing." He's like, "You know what? Like I'll just enter." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I'm gonna see you this prom. Give me your name, number, email, all that stuff." And like we had always been cool like on the Tekken level, but like the fact that he like for years is like, "Yeah, if you ever want to play Val, just play with me. Yeah, if you ever want to play this game, just play with me. Just play with me. Just play with me. I have over like a certain amount of hours." I can't tell y'all that. He's like, "I got hours in this game." I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah.
That definitely helped you a lot, and I think that's a big part of like calling these players. Like I could have done better with that. I mean, I did call like 2 or 3, but I didn't call as many because I kind of went off like the stats that were here, and also we have a lot of people who were here a lot, right?
Right.
So I did that as well, but
The in-person thing.
yeah, the in-person thing, but I can't only be here. But you like, yo,
was gone.
Everybody.
I was comfortable with you because of that.
Yeah.
Like that's why people were like, they kind of, even if like there was other teams that could obviously be better because you were already established.
Yeah.
People were comfortable with you because you reached out, and so it's not. That's a lesson that I learned.
Me too.
I wasn't about to call like 45 people.
Yeah. Well, this is my first draft, like doing this. Like 2K, we do it a lot. Like there's draft leagues in 2K.
That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
So yeah, there's like draft leagues in 2K. I've been like an owner manager like in previous draft leagues and stuff like that. So it wasn't like my first time ever like drafting people or trying to put a team together. Is that everything all right?
Oh, no, it's all good. I just see a sheriff walking up, and I'm trying to make sure they're not trying to tell my phone.
Yeah, guys, that pick that you had with Q-Tip got me. The hippy dippy thing was just obviously I had to get him. He was a Germana vet, had PC, super easy to get to, and he's active in the Discord, so that was just an
That's
easy
the only
thing.
player I wish I would have picked first. But when I got into like the 5th round, like that's the one I felt like I should have picked. I don't know why I thought he was gonna be like available in like the next round because I had the first pick. I was like,
Because you also picked Pokestar too, right?
yeah.
Why didn't you like, if you don't mind me asking, why didn't you pick up Mare?
I picked up who?
Mare.
Mare. Mare wasn't available by the time I picked Pokestar.
The Amazing Mirror?
He didn't get drafted. He got drafted, man.
Yeah,
No,
the Amazing Mirror.
no.
Oh, Mare. Oh.
The Amazing Mayor.
Yeah, it's like 2 Mirrors. That's right.
Amazing Mare.
Right,
I'm talking
yeah.
about Mare.
Mirror. Yeah, right.
I didn't even know because, like I said, I was looking at the list and I was asking, and I was like, "Is Mare available?"
Yeah,
No, they just got drafted.
Pokestar
Oh,
and Mare
they
are
must
like
have-
2 peas in a
Exactly.
pod.
They must have.
And they're really good at Smash together.
Yeah,
So that would've been
peas in a
like,
pod.
that's what I thought you were gonna do. Like I thought you were gonna pick up Mare.
Wow.
And I thought,
Wow, Mayor, if you're watching this, man. He was mad. He was pressed. He was like, yeah, like,
I was trying to make the picks and like I asked, I was like, "Is like Mare available?" And like I remember we were talking about this, and you were like, "No, he just got drafted." So I'm like, "Okay, well I just got
The Amazing Mayor.
His name mix up." So like I said, I didn't know who was who because
I thought you drafted him. I would have told you. I was like, Pokestar and
Mayor,
man.
peas in a pod.
Yeah, he's in a pod, man.
Yeah.
For Smash, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They both fighters. So.
But the thing is, I already have like that's another thing. Like, and I'm happy to tell this. Like, before I made my picks, like I wasn't worried about Smash or about Pokemon. Because
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I had 3-4 players that play both,
No, okay. Yeah.
like
yeah, so-
confidently. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like I said,
fill up.
I'm not worried. I wasn't worried about like picking up a person for strategy. I was more worried about someone that can like play PC and maybe pick up a fighter.
That was bro. I was like, I mean, you see how it was when he freaking was like reading my mind at the end of the draft. You see how I was like stressed out.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
PC shooters.
Honestly, I was laughing seeing y'all sweat like that. I'm like, oh man.
It was stressful.
Yeah, I was like he was in my playbook or something, bro. Because I thought Ryan, to be honest, man, when you pulled me out in the beginning, like for people that didn't know, like Ryan pulled me out in the beginning, he was like, yeah, I don't think I understand you. What you were saying is I was originally trying to move up in the first round, so I was going to give for his third round or his third pick in the first round, I was going to give up 2 of my picks.
Wow.
So I could get player 1 because I thought he was going to get player 1.
Yeah.
I thought, and I needed player 1.
Right. That was,
if I didn't have player 1, that was going to mess up like my whole thing. Like I was going to mess up my whole draft. You know? So he was like, I thought he was gonna like pick player 1 and then force my hand because I told him like, nah, I really don't need player 1 that bad, man. I was like, but I'll give you somebody else. And I told him about Megan, man. I was like, hey, look, this guy is really good, man. You know, he's top 200 in COD. I watched his streams. He's really good, which is all true. But like,
I thought about it.
I thought he was about
player 1 and then basically kind of trying to push
because I would have did it. I would have did it.
And then I would have still not given up the picks that I wanted because he wasn't going to pick who I wanted. So I was like, I would have gotten 2 back-to-backs. So I thought about it, but then if you played a good game out there.
If you I would have been really mad at you now. Like it would have definitely been a really good move for you to do it, but you didn't do it. So I was like, he's not an a-hole that much. Because that would have been a really a-hole move to do.
But it would have been great for content.
It would have messed up my whole draft.
Yeah, let me just say, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky I only had 4 picks. So lucky, actually, I only had 4 picks. When I thought about it, I was like, no, I'm gonna get what I'm gonna get and get out. Because I know what I want. I don't think anybody has their eyes on that. And then once I'm out the game.
You have a great foundation. I think that's the difference too. Is like you know, like I would say you and Karma had the strongest foundation going into it. So you guys really had the advantage in like being in a way. You have to be particular, but luckily for you, it worked out great. For them, I mean, for them, I don't know.
See, I feel like now they have that 1 pick. They're sold on that 1 pick, but now they have to work double, triple overtime to make sure they cover all their bases.
Well, the other thing is with that, who do they drop?
Right.
Starting squad. So of course, Snappy to play, they have to drop one. So who's?
But
I've been thinking about that.
Even still,
I got an idea.
They don't have any fighters that is from what I heard.
They got James.
Just like even sports, bro. Like you can't like
especially with fighters now is the teams.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like. It's Karma really to worry about now.
But at the end of the day, and this is what I'm going to say until I die, it doesn't matter how good your damn team is. It depends on what the fucking will decides.
You're right. You're right.
He ain't lying.
You're absolutely right, man. That wheel can't.
Funny thing.
Can't mess you up.
Titus and Courtney did the first to 10 on the wheel last night, and it was kind of like even. Like they had like Tarkov, then they got like CTR, what she won, and they got Madden, he won, then they got Lemnis, she won. So it's kind of like back and forth, right? But then like he was like, all right, now me and you, bro. So first thing was like Super Smash Bros. Then I got Street Fighter, then Dragon Ball. Then when we played UFC and I won UFC.
At this point, your ego is just like.
No, but you know what he told me? Oh no,
go ahead.
You know what he told me? He told me this a while ago. He was like, "It's me as the commissioner. If I can beat you in any game, that means you suck." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'm gonna get to a point where I can at least beat Titus. At least beat him. I'm good. Okay, I'm good." Yeah. So,
but I just think like once you get those like fighting games, like if you suck at fighting games, like now we know. Now we got the rest. Because you can literally go down 7. You can go down 9. And then win the next 10. That's the best thing about this like this wheel. Like I wouldn't never
sweep, bro. That's what we call it in Call of Duty League. That sweep. When you're down like 0-2, come back, win them 3 straight.
And that's why you got to stay in the game.
to.
So does
Happened in
anybody
our
else,
scrimmage.
that's what I want to go
Okay.
to. So does anybody else have anything to say about the draft? Or you
Nah, man.
guys cool with moving on? All right, let's move into the scrimmage.
First, is anyone else doing scrimmages?
I'm not doing one yet, but I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set one up because like I'm not gonna be here because of work. I'm gonna be gone. So I'm trying to get my team just like as many scrims between now and like before the tournament starts.
Word,
That
yeah,
way
word.
they have those reps.
Yeah,
regardless.
I
So-
need the rep.
I would say, like, for us, at least how I feel is that it was super valuable just so that the new people could see how it works and be like, oh, okay, this comes next, and like just getting that, like,
Yeah.
Getting that
feeling of
feeling.
it, yeah.
In the feeling.
So,
Yeah,
it
I
was
think we're all up for it. I think everybody's up
Yeah.
for scrimmaging right now.
Yeah.
For me, it's a scheduling thing. Like, I'm trying to have enough of my players there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody's
Yeah, we had. I
problem
mean,
right now.
I didn't have some people.
It's
Also.
like
Yeah.
what
You
days
didn't have
work
some
for
people.
who.
Yeah.
We did
Are
one.
we good for Sunday or are we? still
Well,
trying to
I would, but like, isn't this Sunday Easter?
Yeah, it's Easter.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing.
I don't either, but like,
Most people
I don't even know like if I can get 5 people because.
Okay.
Let me also put that out for you guys. You can do it on a Saturday or Sunday if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like specifically a Sunday. 'Cause,
Well, I
like,
work Saturdays.
Yeah,
so
you
I'll
know,
work
you can-
Saturday.
okay.
Yeah.
But if the option's ever there, like a Saturday is like.
I mean, if it's Saturdays
decent day, too.
available, then like.
Well,
It
if
is
somebody
what
wants
it
to
is.
come Saturday,
Yeah.
I can definitely get people for Saturday.
I think the general public
I'll
is good.
message you back today about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, see, because you get back to them first, because like I was, I think my team was more available on Saturday.
Okay. So yeah, if we
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
I personally not, but that's okay. Like I can send someone to coach.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna work out. Like if I can't get that done, then obviously you can.
Yeah, exactly.
honestly.
And then vice versa with other teams.
I think it's great marketing because like the general people who come in here when they see a team playing, they're like they're either get interested, they're gonna ask
Yeah,
first
yeah.
of all,
What is happening?
and then they're just gonna be like, oh, I can be a part of it. All I have to do is sign up.
Yeah,
I think it's great just to do it on like regular days when we are open to.
That's smart.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, okay. Well,
Who
So
won?
the Buus one. The Buus one.
it ended up being 6-5.
Yep.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it was super close.
Yeah.
My team was essentially, it was mostly new players. We had who was there? Who was playing? We had Big Red, La Bamba, Super Noob, and Excitable played for the
About an
first
hour and a half.
3 games, and then he had to leave, so then I had to step in. So we were missing DZ Marksmar for that, so we didn't have like our sports game player there. But it was whatever. And then you had mainly your people from last season, yeah.
Yeah. So I had like kind of like my original squad. So I had Mason, Acosta,
I didn't
Spartacus.
even know. I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no.
So the Bulls got their revenge then.
Yeah. Guess you could
Now
say
the
that.
turntables.
It was
That Hippie Dippy was the only
No.
new person, right? Yeah.
OGR still has to graduate.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty soon. Hey Rob, it was in Massachusetts, and Exapolo had to watch his daughter.
Yeah.
So like out of those, like I only had 1 out of the 4 show up, which
Yeah.
is okay.
Yeah.
Like I guess I didn't give away my hand, but you got to see really the full extent of like how your new players
Yeah.
performed.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you're happy with that. 'cause,
Oh, yeah.
Man, what's his name? Big Red going
Big Red,
49.
yeah.
That's
50
crazy.
kills. I say 50, but
And Valorant
and Valorant.
going
man.
crazy.
49, but I say 50.
It's just,
I mean,
it's
hitting that many kills in Valorant just alone, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
he was
He was popping
going off. And it was against like good Valorant players.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
probably not. I would say you're not as good as Karma, but
Right.
pretty
Pretty
close
good,
to
pretty good,
Karma for
yeah.
Valorant.
That's wild.
Yeah.
He's going crazy.
Yeah.
He's going crazy.
it's games mode,
Yeah,
bro.
but-
But also, I wanted to touch on with that was that we were playing with Silver also, and Silver
Yeah.
like was just lost, like he did not.
And
And so Big Red at one point got pretty upset with Silver because he's like we killed everybody and you had to defuse the bomb. And Silver just staying there like right next to the bomb, just like looking around in circles, right? And Big Red's like, defuse the bomb, defuse the bomb, defuse the bomb. And he's just like, it's just like running. And so we lost that round, which it was an easy win. Like if he just knew like to defuse the bomb,
Yeah.
because everyone was dead.
Yeah, that's what I did. Go
And
for it.
so Big Red like kind of got upset with him from that, and then we like talked about that afterwards and stuff. But that's kind of like the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
But he kept it
Yeah.
together. Like he was upset, but then he just he kept
rolling
going with
with
the
the
rounds
punches.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I mean that's just how it is sometimes.
But that's the learning, and that's what's great about the scrimmages too, though.
Yeah.
Is you're able to see that and be like, oh, okay, so there's a way we can address this. Also, like something that we do as teams is like the practice. Like sometimes you're not gonna play the game, but you damn sure better know the mechanics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go in for the game, you shouldn't be like, which way? How do I spin in circles?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to pick up? Like, you should know the basic stuff. You have to know. Like, what is this orb? No. I better not hear
How
that.
to defuse the bomb, all that stuff.
Exactly. Like the simple stuff you should know how to do. Being highly skilled,
That's different. That's different.
Practices, bro. You gotta have them team practices.
Yeah.
My team is actually here right now practicing, so
That's
shout out to
yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean that feeling of, I mean, I'm sure for him because he's dropping 50 kills and he sees someone on his team that's just like
that. It's that.
he has no idea what they're doing. He's like,
Emotional roller coaster where it's like you're riding. Like, yes, I just demolished everybody, and then your teammate's like, I don't know what to do, and you're like, what?
Is this recorded?
yeah, it's recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
He's like, what are you
Yeah,
doing, bro?
so it was pretty crazy, but I mean, it was good for him because like I told him like. Because when I picked him up, I told him, like, nobody on this team currently plays PC shooters.
Yeah.
Last season, I was the only one, and that's why we struggled so much with shooting games. Like, the only thing we could win would be Siege if me and DG both got to play.
Yep.
That was the only shooting game that we could possibly win.
Yep.
And so I told him it's really frustrating being on with the teammates that didn't know how to play the game because you're, like, trying to play, you're trying to win, and then you just see them, like,
And you really
looking at those guys. Like, whatever. It's just like, ah! But so it was really good to see him that I picked him up first and he could keep his composure and like still carry through it. And I mean the game ended up being I think 13-10.
Yeah, it was a close
So
game.
it was still a close Valorant game, but imagine if he wasn't
The heart of
off
it,
like
right.
that, then it, like they would have easily
been
won.
slaughtered.
So.
And you had somebody who was probably dying a lot and not.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it was like you had both ends of the spectrum, and Super Noob was actually like having really good communication and you know doing well with that. So I was happy that he was doing good with PCs on that.
It,
So
it was a good deal, man.
Yeah.
Like that whole scrimmage was fun for me too because remember the FIFA game? Like we were both coaching.
Yes.
So I had to coach TLG in FIFA, and you were coaching Scants. Yeah.
Scants and TLG
Yeah.
FIFA.
Bro, that is a headache to think about.
Guess what happened? though?
Guess what happened? 4-4.
Yep.
And we went into overtime.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Every time.
Yes. Went down to penalty.
At the end of regulation, Scans was up by 1. There's like 2 minutes left in the game clock, and TLG scored.
Yep.
And then it went to overtime. Scans goes up again, and with 1 minute again left, TLG scored.
Again. It was great.
And then it went to the penalty
FIFA
shots,
is
and then
one of
Scans
the-
clutched it in the
FIFA
penalty
is
shots.
hands down one of the
man, it was
most,
crazy. It was insane.
FIFA's one of
And
the
the whole
most.
teams are screaming.
It's volatile. It's volatile. It's volatile.
It's one of the most like frustrating games to try to coach someone through.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be TLG. Anytime Scans score,
I got players that like don't really know like the mechanics of the game. That's like one of the hardest games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to.
So that was a highlight.
That kicking
That was definitely a
tough
highlight.
because you gotta like you can't
Yeah, time
yeah,
with the kick.
yeah,
bro.
with the kick, and that's
But the hype, every single time FIFA comes up, and it's people who don't know how to play.
Oh my
God.
Tell me that the level of energy is not.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
his whole team was like, wee.
It was Paris versus Paris.
It was
It was a crazy one.
and then Super Noob got to play Gears, which was just
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
How'd that go?
that was over in like 5 minutes, bro. It was over in like 5 minutes. What do you mean?
because you play
is
Gears,
too
right?
much.
Yeah, but I wasn't
He
playing
wasn't
that.
playing.
I wasn't playing.
Hurt my ear.
to see that.
You only one because I wasn't there.
He was
Shorter guy.
I think he could be a thought.
He's really good. He was on his
Yeah.
team, right? I think he was on the Ghost.
No, he was.
No,
He was the unofficial.
Yeah,
The Vikings.
Vikings. That's what it was.
Team that won third place.
We're Raven. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're Raven.
yeah.
Raven.
He's
team.
really good at it.
Yeah.
He's really
But
good.
he took
Actually
out
got
all
the
of Karma by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fussing about some stuff, but
Yeah.
Nah. He got in their heads. That's what it was.
nah, this man
He made
was
him
like
nervous.
in
Nah, yeah,
a
he's good.
small room by himself.
Yeah.
And killed the whole team. Stayed in the small room.
Gears, man.
That's Gears, man. That's what you gotta do.
That battle numb though.
Right.
Like just let them stay in the room and get the battle weapons.
When it's 1v5, you just tap in. You're just like, all right.
Yo, he's not gonna do it.
I think there's a clip of I saw him hit a headshot where like it was just disgusting. He popped someone's head.
Yeah.
Then someone on your team was running towards him. They both rolled in opposite directions, and as soon as he came out of the roll, he finished the reload and then popped the head of that person. I was just like, oh my god.
No, he does like the speed reloads every single time.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I've been doing like the ball bound thing, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like,
Now I remember
Pinball machine.
He was pretty good.
Crazy.
I was like, well, this guy's good.
yeah, it was crazy. So seeing both of them pop off in like their games essentially, because Big Red's game is Valorant and Super Noob's game is Gears. So it was cool to see like them
Them
go
in their
against
elements.
and go against the Ravens, which is a really strong team as well. So that was good.
And those are both like good games to like one person can carry on.
Yeah.
One person can carry on Valorant and one person can carry on Gears. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And then
good picks.
I think I don't know, was there any? I mean, definitely the fighters at the end. I was gonna
Yeah.
save that for the end. But
So
something for you that you learned from it.
a bunch of things that I learned that I probably no disrespect. I feel like I got the better end of the deal with the TLG. 'Cause, yeah, TLG winning Blaze Blue and him winning Soul Calibur was like a really good deal because like you kind of need that. You need to have that motivation too to say like, yo, this is a positive reward. You winning. Let's practice a little more, dude. Let's get it in.
Yeah.
And then we won Super Smash Bros as well, the 4v4 thing. Costa clutched out one of the rounds, and then Spartacus clutched out like his 2 out of 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And then we won Tarkov.
Yeah.
It was just lucky. I had played the game like John had actually shown me how to play one time.
Yeah.
And then I just went to I just remember a certain map. Yeah, factory. And I was like, okay, like it's a small map. This is how you get out. And like we spawned right next to it. Spawned right next to it. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go over there. And it was a good deal,
my
man.
player, Q-Tip, he died instantly.
Yeah,
To this
and he
spot.
plays Tarkov.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, he plays Tarkov, and that was just unlucky. That can happen.
happen.
It
That's
can
the
literally
only
happen.
game I haven't played yet. I have to like.
It's-
Oh no, it wasn't Q-Tip. It was Jinzo.
Oh,
had to
Jinzo.
play. He did not play.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So yeah. But you can die instantly in Tarkov.
That game is like actually going to war. It's like actually going to war.
Yeah, it was really interesting talking about the TLG thing because that was kind of what we wanted in terms of we could have put in scans like if we were looking for the win
I see.
for Soul Calibur, we were gonna put in scans. But Silver's been putting some time in the Soul Calibur, so we were like, how can he beat TLG?
That was smart.
So
that
it was like good for us, and we were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was good. And then it's the opposite where Silver plays Blaze Blue more than Scans does, but Scans went in for that, so it was kind of like
Take a
seeing,
round
like
off.
if the second person has to play like where they at,
Where they stand.
otherwise, yeah.
That was
So,
That
it
kind of
worked. And it was good for TLG too because he got the wins and you could see that.
Now just gotta make sure he doesn't get complacent.
Yeah.
And then we are good.
For sure. And then I think it was just the end of it was just insane because it was the first time that in the league that we did the Fighters 3v3.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters 3v3.
Fighters 3v3. So obviously he has a Costa who's probably the best Fighters player in the league, and then I have Silver and Scans who are like probably the second and third best in the league, and then you guys had
TLG and Mason, Money 3.
Yep, TLG and Moneyball. So, and then we had Big Red in. So Big Red never played it. Moneyball never played it. So it was just really interesting seeing how
the dynamic of it.
Yeah, the dynamic is like Akosa couldn't carry as much because he only has one character.
Right.
So, and I essentially have like 2 characters.
Actual
2 people like really play. Yeah, so it was like
It's cool, man.
the balance of that, and everybody was going
Everybody
it was
was
actually like
it was actually hype.
really hype.
So Titus, all right, you're on the side. But I will say
It
this,
was
like,
really hype.
Akosa was like, bro, it like runs at like 30 frames per second.
It was like Switch, so it was a little
Running it
janky. Yeah. But it was still like that's what if we can get it on PC and it runs smooth and we can do that, like I think
Let's do that. I think that's
really
good.
awesome.
That's
Because it was still
good.
super hype seeing like, oh shit, Big Red like killed like one person and then like did damage to a Costa. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We should do a announcement or something for like when we all decide. Maybe we should have like a date where we like pick our starting squad. You know what I mean? And then we announce like who our starting squad is gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we all do it at the same time. Like maybe we all turn turn it into Titus.
Yeah,
and
we
then
like
we got
send it
the
to
list, and
Titus
then we
and, like,
do.
Yeah.
And then we do a release.
Exactly.
Today
I
was
think that'd
supposed
be
to be today, but yeah, I mean, if whatever we do.
Is that an official thing that you're saying?
I thought that's what it.
It shouldn't be your starting 7. It
No,
would
no,
just be
12.
like your
You're
12.
12 and your
You're 12,
manager.
okay.
He said
You
12
two are
and
the
your
only
manager.
teams that have over 12.
Because I we have mixed messages on that one.
And he said that
Having 12 and 13.
managers, well, your assistant manager had to be in today.
Okay.
Okay.
Is what I
Okay.
read on Discord. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Check it out.
All of that.
What, does anybody have any closing remarks or anything they want to go over?
Hope to see you guys in some scrimmages before the finals.
Guys,
We can get some time in.
Most importantly, have fun this season.
Oh,
Let's
of
learn
course.
this season.
Yeah.
Let's grow this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know, let's just like see who the best team. Bobby Yaga.
Hey, so I really like this too. I actually liked having.
Yeah, this is definitely-
How y'all feel about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
I like this a lot. And then, so big event obviously is March 14th. Help me out with the next dates, 15th and 16th.
March
14,
14, 15.
And
You mean May?
21st.
Yeah, May.
May.
You can't go back in time, bro.
yeah, May 14, 15.
And then 21st.
And then
21st and 22nd. That's going to be the main event.
Yep.
The 10K.
Yep.
So make sure y'all tune into that. You're going to get to see all of our new squads come together. The
Yeah.
new starting squad.
Yeah.
Some of them are old. I don't know what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
See, my man.
I'm super excited. I think we'll do an announcement where we all put in our our starting seven
Seven.
lineup
Yep.
and see who does it. But outside of that, man, UEL out. Let's go.
Yeah.
So how you boys feel about May 1st?
What's May 1st?
Yeah, I was actually gonna